Obsolete. In a world as busy as ours, a word like that might as well be a death sentence. To become obsolete is to become worthless, to stop serving a purpose, to stop having a use. And it happens all the time. You remember floppy disk, cassette tapes, MySpace? Those are just recent examples. Step further back in time and we can talk about rotary phones, telegraph system, smoke signals. My point is, modern technology gets very old very quickly. In 5 years, the computer or tablet or smartphone you're using to watch this video will probably belong in a museum next to the Commodore 64 or Apple II. But that's just the name of the game. New technology demands better hardware, which produces newer technology, and the cycle continues. Anything that can't keep up becomes obsolete, doomed to gather dust in some forgotten corner of the basement. So if I was to tell you about a 3,500-year-old moral code, a document literally written in stone, during a time when sandals and robes were considered the height of fashion, if I was to tell you that something from that long ago was not only still important, but absolutely vital for you to have today, what would you say? Now, if that sounds archaic, you're not alone. A lot of people look at the 10 Commandments and see an antiquated list of do's and don'ts, things that maybe were a good idea once upon a time, but too much has changed in the last 3 millennia for something this old to still be relevant. Well, you know what? A lot has changed in 3,500 years. People have fancier toys, nicer clothes, bigger homes. But do you know what hasn't changed? Human nature. At the end of the day, we're still the same old people doing the same old things. All the scientific advances and technological breakthroughs in the world can't change what it means to be a human being. And that's why the 10 Commandments are still important, because they speak directly to human nature. And they answer an ancient question that the world's greatest philosophers have argued over for thousands of years. How do I, as a human being, interact with the human beings around me and with the higher power that created me? You need to know that answer. I need to know that answer. The whole world needs to know that answer. And the 10 Commandments hold the key. Imagine a world with no locked doors, because doors don't need locks. Imagine a world where children play safely outside, where crime is unheard of, where the threat of war is gone forever. That's the kind of world the 10 Commandments could create if they were obeyed throughout the world. They're not. Well, not yet at least. But the same commandments that could change the world have the capacity to change your life. This video series explores all of these commandments one by one and explains how they remain relevant and life-changing today. If you're ready to find out how, watch the next video titled Number 1, God's Before God. The first commandment, which we'll cover next, serves as a sort of cornerstone for the other 9 commandments. To learn why, click Next to continue watching this series. For further reading, you can also download our free booklet, God's 10 Commandments, Still Relevant Today.